2026 is not going to be like 2023 or 2024. The game has changed in the last 6 weeks, and most traders haven't noticed yet. While you're focused on chart patterns and entry signals, there's a psychological massacre happening in slow motion, and you're probably already caught in it. Here's what's happening right now that's going to destroy most traders. The market has entered what I call the volatility paradox phase. We've got AI algorithms trading faster than ever, making decisions in microseconds while you're still processing what you're seeing. We've got massive institutional repositioning happening because of global economic uncertainty. And we've got retail participation at all-time highs, which means more noise, more fake-outs, more emotional chaos packed into every single trading day. What used to work, the simple breakout plays, the obvious support and resistance trades, they're getting destroyed. The market is moving faster, faking harder, and punishing hesitation more brutally than ever before. If you're still trading like it's 2023, you're already bleeding. You might not see it yet because the losses are small and spread out, but they're compounding. And by March, if you haven't adapted, your account will be cut in half. I'm not here to sell you a course or pretend I've got some secret system. I'm here to show you exactly why the majority will fail this year and what separates the ones who survive from the ones who become another statistic. Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. It's not about your strategy anymore. Every profitable strategy is already public. It's not about information. Everyone has the same charts, the same news, the same data. The separation in 2026 comes down to 3 specific psychological skills that the market is now actively testing every single day. And if you don't have these 3 skills locked in right now, you are mathematically going to fail this year. Not because you're a bad trader, not because your strategy is wrong, but because the market has evolved and your brain hasn't caught up. Let me show you exactly what I mean. 2 traders I know personally. We'll call them Ryan and Alex. Both started with $15,000 in early 2024. Both studied the same content, learned the same strategies. Fast forward to right now, January 2026. Ryan's account is at $4,000. Alex just crossed 6 figures. Same starting point, same market. The difference wasn't intelligence, it wasn't luck. It was these 3 skills. Let me break down exactly what they are.
The first skill is what I call rapid conviction adjustment. In 2024, you could take your time. You could watch a setup develop over hours. You could manage trades with relatively relaxed stops. That's over. In 2026, if you can't make a decision in seconds and commit to it fully without second-guessing yourself into paralysis, you're going to miss every single quality opportunity. The market is moving so fast now that hesitation equals loss. But here's the problem. Most traders were never trained for this speed. They're still thinking in terms of waiting for confirmation, which means by the time they're sure, the move is already halfway done or completely faked out. Ryan hesitates every single trade. He sees the setup, he knows what he should do, but there's this 3 to 5 second delay where his brain is running through every possible outcome, every past loss, every fear of being wrong. His finger hovers over the mouse, heart rate spiking, that voice in his head saying, "Wait, just one more confirmation." Those 5 seconds cost him everything. By the time he enters, he's already late. The move happens without him, or worse, he catches the very end right before the reversal. Alex figured this out early. He trained himself to recognize his setup and execute within 2 seconds. Not reckless, not impulsive, decisive. He made a rule. If my setup appears, I have 2 seconds to take it or I walk away completely. No in between. No watching it work without him, no entering late out of FOMO. That single shift changed everything for him. He went from catching 10% of his setups to catching 80%, and that difference alone accounts for most of his edge. The second skill is emotional disconnection under extreme volatility. Look, everyone talks about controlling emotions in trading. That's not new advice. But in 2026, the emotional swings are insane. You can be up 2% on your account at 10 a.m. and down 3% by noon, not because you did anything wrong, but because the market is violently whipping in both directions. Most traders, their nervous systems can't handle this. They start the day calm and disciplined, and by lunchtime, they're revenge trading, moving stops, forcing setups that aren't there. Ryan started the year with perfect discipline, risked 1% per trade, followed his rules. Then he hit a week in mid-January where the market chopped him to pieces, 5 losses in 3 days, not because his strategy failed, but because volatility was absurd. And something broke inside him. He started risking 2%, then 3%, trying to make it back. Started taking trades outside his system because he needed a win. By the end of the month, he'd lost $6,000, and his psychological foundation was completely destroyed. Alex hit the same chop, same losses, same frustration, but he had a protocol. After 2 consecutive losses, he stops trading for the rest of the day. No exceptions, no trying to win it back. After 3 losing days in a week, he takes 2 full days off, doesn't even look at charts. He protects his psychology above everything else because he understands something most traders don't. The market will always give another opportunity, but if your mind is broken, you can't take it even when it shows up. That protocol saved him. While Ryan was spiraling, Alex was resetting, and when the market finally gave a clean setup on day 4, Alex was mentally fresh and took it with full size. Ryan was too damaged to even see it.
The third skill, and this is the one almost nobody talks about, is pattern recognition under chaos. The clean patterns you learned, ascending triangles, head and shoulders, support and resistance, they still exist. But in 2026, they're buried under so much noise that if you can't filter out the garbage in real time, you'll be taking signals that don't exist. The algorithms are specifically designed now to create fake setups that look perfect on the surface but are traps. They trigger retail stop losses, then reverse violently. If you can't distinguish between a real pattern and algorithmic bait, you're going to get slaughtered. Ryan takes trades based on what the chart looks like. If it looks like a breakout, he takes it. If it looks like a pullback, he buys it. Surface-level analysis. He's getting trapped constantly because he's not asking the deeper question. Why is this setup here right now? Is this retail bait or is this real institutional flow? Is volume confirming this move or is it suspiciously light during what should be a strong breakout? Alex developed a filter system. Before every trade, he asks 3 questions. Question 1. Is this pattern appearing at a logical time based on market context? If the broader market is weak and this stock is trying to break out, that's suspicious. Question 2. Is volume confirming this, or is it suspiciously light? Real institutional moves have volume behind them. Traps often don't. Question 3. Am I seeing this setup because it's real or because I want to see it? That last question eliminates 80% of bad trades. Those 3 questions take him 15 seconds that separate him from the majority getting trapped. Now, here's what's going to separate the 5% from the 95% in 2026. It's not strategy, it's not information, it's not even these 3 skills in isolation. The real separation is who can stay psychologically stable while everyone else is falling apart. The traders who survive 2026 are going to be the ones who can sit still when the market is chaos, who can take a loss without spiraling, who can watch an opportunity pass without forcing a trade, who can be wrong 5 times in a row and still execute trade number 6 with full conviction. Here's what most traders don't realize. The market in 2026 is not trying to reward the smartest, it's trying to eliminate the emotionally weak. Every fake breakout, every stop hunt, every violent reversal, it's a stress test. The market is asking, can you handle this? Can you stay disciplined when nothing makes sense? Can you execute your plan when your account is red? Most can't. Most will break. Most will start blaming the algorithms, the institutions, the unfairness of it all, and they'll quit. Or worse, they'll keep trading, but with 0 psychological foundation, just bleeding money slowly until there's nothing left.
Ryan is on track to fail in 2026 because he's still trading with his emotions. When he's winning, he feels invincible. When he's losing, he feels like a failure. His self-worth is tied to his daily P&L. That's a death sentence in this environment. Alex separated his identity from his results. He doesn't feel like a genius when he wins. He doesn't feel like an idiot when he loses. He's just a rule executor. Did I follow my system today? Yes or no? That's the only question that matters. And because of that psychological distance, he can weather the chaos that's destroying everyone else.
So, how do you become part of the 5% in 2026? 3 things. First, redefine success. Stop measuring your day by profit and loss. Measure it by execution. Did you wait for your setup? Did you follow your rules? Did you manage risk properly? If yes, that's a win, even if you lost money. You control execution. You don't control the market. Measure what you control. Second, build a protocol and follow it like your life depends on it. After 2 losses, done for the day. After 3 losing days in a week, 2 days off. Maximum 1% risk per trade. Write it down, laminate it, put it on your desk. When emotions hit, you don't think, you just follow the protocol. Your rules protect you from yourself. Third, accept being wrong without falling apart. The best traders aren't right most of the time. They're just unbreakable when they're wrong. Take the loss, reset in 10 seconds, move on. No spiral, no self-doubt, no questioning your system after 3 bad trades. Emotional resilience beats technical skill every single time in 2026. Here's the truth. This year is going to feel impossible at times. Weeks where nothing works, days where you question everything. That's not a sign to quit. That's the filter phase. The market is eliminating the weak and the emotional. If you stay calm, stay systematic, stay patient, you'll be standing when everyone else is gone, and that's when the real opportunities appear. Ryan is going to quit because he's trading from fear and desperation. Alex is going to thrive because he's trading from discipline and detachment. The difference isn't talent, it's psychological preparation. You have a choice right now. Keep doing what you've been doing and hope it works out, or accept the game has changed and adapt. The market doesn't care which you choose. The only question is, will you still be here 6 months from now? The 5% isn't a talent club, it's a discipline club. The entry fee is your willingness to become someone the market can't break. Make that choice now, before 2026 makes it for you.